Greetings, minions. This is Arzoda of the Black Scourge reporting this week on LOTCBC. Seriously though, hail Sethrin. Now news. As recently decided, we'll start with the RP news around Anthos. The Orcs did their stereotypical raiding and attacks this week, first dealing with the Teutonic Order because of some border dispute, then raiding the new town of Ambriel. However, the raid claimed no victims, only threats. Other than this, the Orcs seem to be growing in populace, and they are ready for these, giving out free armor and housing to all those who arrive. Back to the attacks and raids though. Clan Wargoths are meeting in the next 11 days to discuss the next move towards world domination. More conflicts, this time in the human lands. The new king has warclaimed the old home of the halflings to clear out the scourge. A drug war also occurred, which resulted in burning of half the city. And more conflict arises as two religious orders, the Decturum and St. Lucian's order, drew swords on each other. And finally, Vales has been holding back attacks from both rebels and the Black Scourge. They are congratulated for their heroic acts. In other news, Kralta is returning, opened by Assad Nasir. Orin wishes you all a Merry Krugsmas and Happy New Year. The only conflict hitting the dwarves this week was an evil snowman that attacked Caltheron, only to be obliterated immediately by the Legionnaires. A dwarven clan has re-emerged, the Strongbrows. The Dwarven Railroad was completed, and thus one can travel from Storm's Crossing to Malinor for free, as long as one has a minecart. And probably utilizing this very same railroad, the High King of Urguan made a visit to Malinor to discuss trade. Speaking about Malinor and trade, Fëanor, owner of the West Malinor Trading Company, was given the position of foreman in the Malinorian Lower Council. In Malinorian politics, a question and answer was held by the High Council. However, only two of the various princes attended, Prince Darius and High Prince Elrond. Kaun and Urisept were absent, and the Gremlins did think it was very important for this to be mentioned, and thus we have placed it last in the Malinorian news. Ladies and gentlemen, Apprentice Lake was promoted to Ranger. Elsewhere in Anthos, shiny weapons and tools have been seen glowing all over the place. Be sure to look out for these fancy treats. And High King Sirio of Valros has been traveling around as a nomad with fancy armor. His return is supported by the majority of Anthos. Out of the realm of RP. In technical team news, we have the fact that the server is indeed updated to a somewhat stable 1.7.2 Minecraft build. This means a few things for the server. Namely, no more 30-minute login lag. Be happy, everyone. Be very happy. Unfortunately, though, this update did break a few things, such as the Soulstones plugin, the Bruise plugin, the Oxygen Shop plugin, and, of course, the Horse plugin, due to compatibility issues. Now, there is a chance that by the time you're hearing this, that myself and my technical brethren have already fixed these issues, so do not worry, we are on the case. Finally, in technical team news, X-Spuller X has been added as a junior technician, and the TeamSpeak server continues to experience on and off difficulties with the doing of the staying up. Moving on to GM and admin news this week, two main posts were issued to the community. Now, the first post was made by our admin Viper, acting as a follow-up post on the desired server changes topic, which the community certainly did not go light on. The second of these threads informs the community of a scant few details of the GM-admin meeting, which also included a new rule, stating that, excuse me a moment, constantly depriving another player, or players, of their fun for your own personal gain or amusement, even after receiving appropriate warnings, is punishable if deemed necessary by the moderation teams. This may also be considered harassment. Essentially, don't be a troublesome player that only plays to annoy others or be a nuisance. Moving on though, on the topic of SMs, a few are supposedly being chosen after the holidays, asked to check for activity. Still, there may be time to get your apps in. The FM team has revealed to us that it is highly possible that a revision of the forum rules will be released soon, due to a meeting earlier this week as to how they can be seriously cracked down upon. Along with that, the FM team also says they've agreed upon 3 applications unanimously to be added to the team. Yet, as always, it's up to Jemmy as team leader to pass judgment. Check in next week for updates. In an unrelated note that the MT tried to censor from my script, Lion has openly admitted to consuming and thoroughly enjoying Johnsonville sausage this weekend. Wow. In ET news, I was added to the team, as well as Origin Lark, Doken, and Gallender Revere. Furthermore, Fire Spirit released a post detailing a New Year's event in the making, taking place on the former grounds of Kingston and subsequently Grongston. It is also rumored he may be releasing an ET report on activity and events. The AT, on the other hand, are soon to be undergoing a review of who is doing what and how efficiently each member is doing said what. Rio will be judging her little AT monkeys accordingly. In pertinence to the VAT in AT, the VAT have recently lost a few members, and are soon to be recruiting. Geo urges you to get your applications in before Eurecept comes back from his magical unicorn ranch. In media team news this week, the members continue to argue about who gets to write the LOTCBC script. We flipped a coin, and your reporter himself, Arzoda, that'd be me, won. Yep, I wrote it, and I'm reading it. Be proud, Mom. In the community, two prominent stories arise. The first being that Sky, or Xerxes, is no longer a GM, and the second being that our beloved Benbow Badger has left us for the realm of real life. Ugh. Leaving behind his titles of SM, LM, and ET. Furthermore, Lago made a post asking the community whether clerical magic should possibly be a guild-locked magic, as a result of an insurgence of non-holy and villainous healers that have popped up. On the topic of topics, Fiend made one asking the community about the massive presence of evildoers on the server. Whether you'd like to see every evildoer shanked with the same evils on their VA, or like being shanked by villains with VAs. Your inputs are needed. So that's about it for me today. Everyone have a nice New Year's, and of course, praise Sethrin, Fire of the North, the Great Devourer, Anthos' true master, and, oddly enough, a very organized librarian. This is Arzoda, signing off for the LOTCBC report.